This is Wednesday night, June the 29th, 2022. It's about 8:40 p.m. This is my part four that I was telling you all that I would be making a part 1, 2, 3, and 4 of issues here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. This is the back of the police station here in Charleston, Missouri. This is also a city hall downtown Charleston, Missouri. And what I want to let y'all know, one of the major departments here in Charleston, Missouri would be the Charleston, Missouri Police Department and the Charleston, Missouri City Hall. What was it, February of 2020, 2 years ago, they terminated, the city council and the mayor, they terminated a city manager. The next year, April of 2021, they terminated another city manager. Just this year, May the 3rd of 2022, they terminated another city manager. 3 city managers within 2 years. They can't keep a city manager. The chief of police can't keep police officers. Something is wrong there. We know the police chief is not trained, or he's not training his police officers. We know what's going on in the black community when there is a shooting. We don't have any type of crime scene or secure the scene to keep people from coming out on the crime scene. Now, this last city manager that was terminated, I seen some good in him. I talked with him twice. The first time in March of 2022, when a group of white and blacks was attacking me at my house, and Paul Page, the executive director of the Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority, banned me from the Housing Authority's properties because I complained about a white individual and his children and their company tearing up my bushes and putting trash in it. The Paul Page sent a police officer, Mark Higgins, who had no authority, to bring a letter to me on March the 12th, saying that I was banned, 2022. I talked to the city manager that they just terminated on May the 3rd of 2022, just this year, and he said that the police didn't have no authority. The police department have no authority to bring me a letter that's not certified by a judge nor a prosecuting attorney. And then the same one, I was at a meeting in April of 2000, in April 11th of 2022, and the city manager told the chief of police, which is right there getting in his vehicle, and the city attorney, that they didn't have no authority to send a police over to my house to bring me a letter saying that I am banned from the Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority because it has nothing to do with it. That's the chief right there, y'all. Chief of police. And it seemed like after that he'd been terminated. He agreed that the city had no business sending a police officer over to do something for the housing authority, which the housing authority is government and the city is local. And y'all wonder why it's shootings and things like that in the black community. I'm not saying that they the cause of it, but they don't enforce the law right. If the chief can't keep the police study turning over, they can't find any other black police besides the one that's been on there about 30-something years. Something is wrong. If the city council, they they votes in the mayor. If they can't keep a city manager, and most of the city managers wasn't from here, and you know the ones that come from here that's not from here, they see the corruption. Here's a city manager, don't even know me from Adam, but he sat down with me after this police officer brought me this letter that he had no authorization to bring. I had to go to the Human Rights Commission. The Human Rights Commission got it now. Then let's talk about the other problem. The leaders here, NAACP, these other people, these black preachers, y'all seen when they were speaking last year in September, when they were speaking about how they do foot patrol, how much that they gonna try to stop all this violence. Every time it's a shooting, they're nowhere around. They don't speak up, but you see me speaking up, but I'm the only one be attacked by black and whites. Look at some of the comments on my YouTube and you will see it. Somebody by the name of KK said, I'm an instigator. But yet they had a three guys that called themselves, they had a news thing they called the CNN, Charleston Nigga News. You see the police department in KKK and some of the other races and some of these blacks that ain't caring about what's going on in the community, they seen that to be funny. CNN, Charleston Nigga News. These same individuals, one of them is in federal custody hiding, and the other one is in federal custody, maybe facing life. And the other one that they called it Chip Dipper, who they had with a blonde wig on. Most times they tried to criticize me and say negative things about me, but Chip Dipper down in the project all by himself. While one of his buddies is being hidden by the feds because he done told on half of the town, and the other one is fighting for his life in the federal custody. But where am I at? Doing the same thing. Bringing y'all the real news in Charleston, Missouri. Ask some of these leaders that was with the sheriff and the chief of police and all the rest of these individuals, why they wasn't out here on the 26th when this 16-year-old young black man got shot 6 times on Vine Street. You see, this who they support right here. This who they support, Mississippi County Courthouse. And they say the population now is 6,000 here in Charleston, Missouri. 1,600 of them is inmates in the big maximum security prison here. I'm gonna leave y'all for now. Peace be still.